I speak unto thee this day, and I say during the time, the duration of your lives upon this earth, so far I say this is what has transpired before me. I say that I offered unto my people abundance of mercy and truth, abundance of light, and I say that I even gave them the Spirit to guide them in the same. Then I say that I led them to the warfare. They refused to do the battle, and what did they do? I say they refused to fight the good fight. Instead, they chose to give themselves to foolishness, to folly. Now I say they have been conquered by the enemies. That is, they have been taken into captivity and slavery and bondage, and I say they are there because they were the ones who chose that way. That is, they chose the way of their own defeat. They chose the way of their own captivity and slavery. And I say it was because they refused to fight the good fight. I say because they chose as their way that of foolishness and folly. I say now they are ruled by the very forces of darkness they once sought to escape. And I say they are ruled in cruelty and oppression and bondage, but I say they have brought it to themselves. Now I say in this wicked generation that those who are bound in the foolishness, the folly that they've chosen, who have become the captive slaves of the various powers of darkness, I say they are under my wrath. So not only are they ruled by demons, but I say they have angered me. And I say it is because of their choices to oppose me, their choices of pride and reliance upon their own understanding. That is, they have looked to the arm of flesh of their own carnal reasoning rather than looking to me. And I say they rejected the mind of my spirit. They rejected obedience unto me. And I say they have chosen the way of fools. Now I say they are bound in that way. I say they are under the wrath continually. And I say it is all of their own choices. For I say when a man will choose in opposition to me, I say that he's choosing the course of his own despair. And I say when a woman will choose in opposition to me, I say she's choosing her cup of sorrows. Now I say this day there are multitudes who are in such a condition because they refuse to fight. That is, they refused to do war against the enemies that were waiting to beset, overwhelm, and devour them. Instead, they fell into the arms of the same. That is, they allowed themselves to be tricked, to be deceived, to be led astray from me. And I say they allowed themselves to be taken down a road of emptiness, futility, and despair. Now I say that I, the living God, never ever intended that my own people would be taken in the way of emptiness, futility, and despair, but I say that I've intended that they would come forth in me. That is, I've intended that my people would be ever uplifted, directed, and guided in the truth, the light, the mercy that I provide. And I say that I've intended that the ones who would be choosing me would not be losing out with me. But I say that the ones who chose the way of fools will pay for the same. Now I say when you look upon the degradation, when you look upon the demoralization, when you look upon the utter distress that men are in, why is it so? I say it is because there are those who rejected, who refused to fight for me. That is, they refused to stand valiant for the truth, to declare and do war against enemy forces, but I say they buckled under the same. And I say they threw themselves into foolishness and folly and declared that it was of me. But I say in all of their foolery and all of their vanity and all of their stupidity and darkness, I say they have brought forth nothing but the wind. That is, they have not brought forth anything that is serious nor sober for me. But I say they have brought forth stupidity and increasing darkness, and oh, they have loved it so. For I say they are as drunkards, intoxicated on their pride, intoxicated on their self-reliance and determination to have their way. Now I say when you look upon the spiritual condition that the nation is in, I say it is utterly decrepit before me. And I say that it is in such a shape because men have chosen to oppose me, to have their own way. That is, they have chosen to put themselves in the way of foolishness, the way of vanity, the way of pride. And I say, for all of their flaunting of their so-called independence from me, I say they have become the captive slaves of sin. And I say they have been taken into bondage, oppression, and darkness, and I say that is where they remain. Now I say it is me, the living God, who does not withhold my wrath from them, because they are worthy of the same. That is, because they chose the way of their own understanding above the mind of my spirit, and they would not be subject unto me. I say, when men and women will insist and persist in having their own independence, their own way, what do? I say they take themselves into the entanglement of their own debauchery and drunkenness, and yes, they are loving it so. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to walk with fools who are ever persistent and insistent in their folly. But I say that I call thee to walk with the upright, to be coming forth in me. And I say that I call thee to be made glad, ever thankful, that it is me that you can continue to believe, to trust, and obey. For I say, when it is me, the living God, that you seek to please, you will walk uprightly in me. But I say, if you are living for yourself, promoting yourself, then I say you will be as the fools who are bound in folly. Now I say this day that I, the living God, am reaching out once again to the sons of men, and all who will respond to me and obey me will be guided by me. For I say it is me, the living God, who will indeed teach another generation to fight the good fight of faith. And I say, if they will indeed hearken unto me and obey, despite the darkness of the times, they will be brought forth in my way. And I say, it is me, the living God, who will give to them the victory that the other generation was meant to gain. But I say, because men are so stubborn, so proud, so dependent upon themselves rather than me, I say they do not receive my call. But I say, because I am the God of faithfulness and mercy, I say that I give the call to any generation that will listen to me. And I say, if the generation will reject me, I say that the call still goes forth to those who will individually choose for me. For I say that I, the living God, will pull forth out of the midst of the mess a people who will walk uprightly in me. And I say that I will show by that demonstration that I am indeed the Almighty unto those who believe. Now I say this day, be thankful that I, the living God, have pulled thee out of the mess and brought thee unto me. That is, that I've given thee the privilege to walk uprightly, to come forth in the truth of light that I provide. And I say, be thankful that I purpose thee to be directed, corrected, and instructed always. And I say, be thankful that I am the one who is truth and light, strength and hope, and the peace intended for thee. Now I say this day, be quick to be accepting, be quick to be walking uprightly, be quick to be thankful unto me. For I say it is indeed me, the living God, who does purpose thee, that you can be kept always. And it is me, the living God, who does purpose thee, that you can be ever strengthened in that which I give, which is my truth and the light upon the path. For I say, if it is me that you look to in faith and trust, if it is me that you believe in and obey, you are ever guided in my way. But I say, if you are choosing the way of darkness, the way of evil, and not walking circumspectly before me because you desire to behave as a fool, I say you receive the fool's reward. Now I say this day that I, the living God, am not mocked, and men do not get by on me. But I say, whatsoever it is that men choose to walk in, I say the same will prove to be death unto them. That is, if they choose a way that is far from me, if they choose the way of foolishness and folly, I say they are choosing the course of their own destruction, their own despair. But I say, if they will choose to walk uprightly, coming forth in me, I say they are ever guided by me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do offer to thee the truth, the light, the mercy, and the hope of who I am. And I say, if you will be ever thankful for that way, you are ever guided in me. And I say that you can come forth made strong and able to fight the good fight, because it is me you desire to please. But I say, if you prove as a fool to choose foolishness and folly, of course you are made a slave of the same. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do continue to call forth those who will hearken unto me, unto the way of my life. And I say that I use thee as my messengers, my vessels, to call men unto me. Therefore I say, do not grow weary, nor be defeated in the same, but I say, be encouraged in me. For I say, it is me, the living God, who will cause to come forth the ones who will genuinely live in me. Now I say this day, be thankful for the privilege I've given unto thee, to live, to abide, to come forth in me. And I say, be thankful that I do persistently give thee the truth as you continue to desire the same. And I say, be thankful that you are not in a ditch and a mire and stuck in the wallow of that filthiness day by day. But I say that you can indeed be walking forth in the truth, the light that I provide, ever thankful to receive of who I am. Now I say this day, do not be as the stupid, the dull, the dumb, who think they can play around with sin and get by. But I say, be as the wise who know, understand, and realize that the wages of sin is death. I say this day, continue to keep on trusting, to keep on believing and hoping in me. And I say, let your reliance, your dependency be ever upon me, the one true God who is caring for thee. And I say, if it is me that you will continue to look to trust, to believe and obey, you are ever guided in my way. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not give mercy to the man who continues as a fool when he's been given the way that is my life. And I say that I do not have pity upon the ones who continue in their folly, their stupidity and darkness, when they could have walked uprightly in me. But I say, it is me, the living God, who will show my love, my compassion, my mercy unto the ones who will walk uprightly in me. That is, the ones who will seek to please me in all that they do, not looking for any other way. For I say, when you will refuse the mind of my spirit to take up the mind of your own carnality, you are taking up the very mind of death. Now I say this day, when a man will reason himself out of obedience unto me, what is it that he does? I say that he takes himself in a way that is futility and darkness, a way that is emptiness, and there he remains. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to darkness, to futility, to emptiness, but I say that I call thee to the abundance of light and life that I provide. And I say that I call thee to be thankful that you can indeed be uplifted, directed, and guided forth by me. Now I say, in this wicked, vile, corrupted, and evil generation, consider that I, the living God, am the one ever present to give to thee the multiplied mercy. And I say, consider likewise that I am the one ever present to direct thee, correct thee, and guide thee forth in the truth that I provide. For I say, if you truly consider what it is that I do for thee, I say that I give thee unlimited mercy. And I say, if you truly consider what it is that I provide, I say it is the way of abundant life. I say, therefore, this day be glad for the privilege to continue, the privilege to walk uprightly, the privilege to be ever kept in me. And I say, do not be murmuring and complaining against my authority over thee, but I say, be thankful for the same. For I say, it is me, the living God, who is all righteousness, blessedness, truth, and hope, and the peace provided for thee. And it is me, the living God, who will be ever present to show thee that I am the I am, the one that you are meant to be subject unto. And I say that you will not need to die and perish as the fools who have chosen their folly, but I say that you can continue to fight the good fight of faith and be victorious in me.